Welcome to Tag, Couch Corner Edition, and today we're going to watch the Tesla Model Y review and give you our thoughts, pre-show and after-show opinion, right after this.
Technology, automotive, and gaming. A pretty watch. Look at Derry too.
Whoa!
Tag, you're in.
Tesla Model Y. Beers. Cool. You know what we need?
Tequila?
We need a shot?
Yeah.
There we go. A little bit of tequila.
That's
Tequila. Here's to the Model Y. Perfect. So, what do you think the Model Y will have that's different than the Model 3?
the Model Y will 10% lower range, 10% higher price. I think that's roughly the numbers that they gave. So, but also, he said 10%. Elon Musk on Twitter said 10% higher storage or space in there, which I think that's a little small.
I think what they might do is what they recently did was they came out with the you know how they have the short range, then they all of a sudden came and it's like a locked battery.
There's standard range plus, mid range.
Yeah, standard range plus.
Range.
That's what it is.
That's,
and the
that's
rumor
the
is that it might
battery.
be a locked battery.
Nope.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't work there.
Exactly.
I mean, but I would be shocked by that because in higher margin cars, they can do that because they have margin to take up space. These cars are low margin. They can't afford to put more of the most expensive component and sell it for less.
True.
I got a feeling. I think what's going to happen is they're actually going to eventually eliminate that mid range because it uses the long range battery body and the body of the battery, the casing,
Yeah.
and then it just uses fewer cells, which probably isn't all that cost competitive. But
I hope it's third row. A lot of people are
I
trying
think
to
it
say
is.
it's not.
what was the point of a compact?
That's what I was trying to think. Now you're just a crossover. You're not an SUV anymore.
Yeah.
Which crossovers are highly wanted and everything like that, but I don't see what the point would be if you don't have a third row.
Yeah, I thought I saw something that it will, but we won't know.
They got rid of the gold wing door or the Falcon wing doors. Sorry.
Yeah,
All the DeLorean fans. All wing.
They that I could see being tough to pull off with the price range they're going for. And maintenance.
I am kind of wondering how they're going to fit it. If they do fit a third row, how they'll do it, because
the third row
Model
going
3
all the way up to the back if they do.
Rear facing backwards.
No, I think they'll be if they do it'll be forward facing, just be going all the way like to the back. Like
Can
you
they
won't have
extend the frame of the? I thought they're using the Model 3 frame.
they're using there, so I don't think they're gonna extend it. But yeah, I guess Model 3's trunk isn't all that big. I mean, it's big, but it doesn't go all that.
Unless you moved it forward, could you move the whole thing forward? Or remove
I
the
don't know.
front?
So. They're saying they said 10% a lot, but they're saying 90% of the parts are similar. So the body is going to be largely the same, I think. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like what goes on top of it's going to be different.
So definitely hauling.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna haul.
I don't know. I got a feeling if it does, it's going to be a small capacity.
So any other predictions you think?
They're going to do something unexpected, for sure.
Always do.
I mean, with the semi, it was the Roadster. So
I don't think they're announcing the pickup truck.
he said later this year, and they announced the ones he's really excited about, like the Roadster. They announced way ahead of production. Like that thing, production isn't even on the map right now.
Well, when he said on Twitter, he said the Model 3 or Y was supposed to be in May, or
March.
now today, March, and the truck was going to be announced later this year. He didn't say when later this year. He just said later this year.
10 minutes later.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Could be 10 minutes from now. Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah. 10 minutes after the Y.
After the Y. Yeah.
But another cool. So they just released supercharging version 3. So
Yes, I heard that.
it's up to 1,000 miles per hour of charge, 250 kilowatts, and the Model S and X cannot take that charge. they can't let that happen. That's not
Right.
going to continue. Their flagship cars have less like charging capacity than their economy version. There's no way they can continue like that. So
They're gonna have to upgrade them.
well, and there's been
There's gonna-
rumors of a refresh.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be a refresh. I think they're gonna turn the center display horizontal, like in the Model 3, versus vertical.
Vertical, yeah.
And I think they also, with the refresh, they might remove the center dash computer components because I think they're trying to go through an all similar.
Yeah, there's some like leaked pictures of stuff a while back, and I don't know if that's what it's gonna be, but they're gonna announce something else big, and I got a feeling it's gotta be the X and S or the truck, but they're not just gonna do a Y. They do it pretty much.
I think you're right. I think so. We're looking at Model Y predictions, praying for a third row. We're
Towing capacity would be
Towing
nice.
capacity would be nice. Model 3, looking at a refresh, or semi-truck,
Not
or
right.
pickup, or
S and X.
Model S. Jesus. Sexy, why can't I get that right? Model S and X, looking for a refresh, probably remove a lot of the internal displays and stuff and just make the center display. And,
I don't know what else they'd change on it,
I don't know.
but the Model Y outside of third row, maybe towing capacity, and just the overall look of it.
Oh, you want to play a drinking game while we do this? Sure. You can speak. You don't want to speak? Oh, I'll talk to up there, but not
Yep.
quiet down here,
The
huh?
audience doesn't want to be heard.
So I guess we're gonna play a drinking game. Anytime any model is announced, drink.
Anytime a model is said.
Yes, said.
So when they say Model S,
Not announced,
Model
yes, said.
X, Model Y.
Yes.
If they say Roadster, shots.
What if they announce a new one?
I thought we already started, so I was...
Oh yeah.
Yes, if they say roadster, or not, if they say pickup truck, then
They're gonna have to have a model for it, though. They're not just gonna call it the Tesla pickup truck. There's
Right.
gonna be something.
so whatever that model is,
Model
we've already
T.
agreed. I think we're gonna
Ah,
at least do
I
a
wish.
shot, maybe to finish the rest of our drink.
Oh, they can't.
They can't, because Ford has that for like 120 years or something.
Yeah, that's how they lost the Model S. They wanted to do E, Model E for, but Ford goes nope.
But how do they get S and X and not E?
Like,
Did that ever occur? Why did Ford have E? I never understood why
Is that
Ford...
Eco?
Huh?
Is that Eco?
It's E.
I know.
Eco.
Does it stand for Eco?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Model
if
E
you
was
have
stands
an
for
S-
the E in sex.
Right, I was just gonna say, if you
It's
have an
S-
S and an X, you have to have an E so
Wait,
that they can all sit in a parking lot next to each other.
My, so I have an uncle
It's
that
like
has an
sexy.
X, a brother that has an
It's
S, and I have an
sex.
E.
Sexy.
S3XY.
oh my god, why did they do that?
Because
Because
Elon
it
Musk,
says sexy.
why does he put ludicrous speed as
Ludicrous speed.
launch mode on
S and X.
S and X on there?
And then on the Roadster, it's called Plaid mode.
They've gone to plaid.
I have a
It's
question.
on...
Really?
What would
for
they have
Spaceballs.
next?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
What's that?
What would they have next? If they have the SEXY, what would be the next letter?
I think that's
Lord.
about that. I think that's joke. I can't
Joke,
talk.
I
That
don't
joke is
know.
about played out after
Yeah.
that sexy.
Yeah.
They're just sexy, and then they're gonna move on.
We should get watching.
9:58. That is
Yeah.
true.
All right,
Time to go.
let's start watching.
the sexy presentation. So,
Sexy.
thank you all for coming. And those of you who are here and those who are watching, thank you very much for your support over the years. It's been, hell of a ride. I love you too. I love you too. We are bringing sexy back quite literally.
Oh my god, that should be their tagline. Tesla bringing sexy back. Oh my god.
I need to get more information on it. I was hoping to get more information on it, though.
I think they're gonna do something.
Oh, wait, he always just walks away. Oh, no. Maybe he walked... Last time he walked away and that was it.
Yeah, because the camera is not stopped. Oh.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Order. Order now.
Order now. Can we order now? How much do you need to put down to order it now?
Probably
1,000.
Well, it tells you make a reservation.
For 2020 or for when?
For when it comes out in 2020.
Mom, you just
I thought they just said something about 2019 though.
I told her not to.
Oh, I know.
I told her not
You
to.
just bought a brand new car.
I told her not to.
I know. I'm keeping my car for a while. And then I will trade it in and get a Tesla.
Oh, I'll have this car ready. You can buy this one from me. You can. I'll let you pick out all the specs of this car. I'll buy this car, and then you can have the car, and then I'll get the truck. So, that was a very
There's a
delayed,
yeah.
and
There's
it was
a
something.
behind.
Model Y. You know what? Before we get into that, you think?
You can do a shot.
Yeah, shot. Yeah. Well, you do have to drive though, but.
No, I got a Tesla.
Don't drink and drive. Autopilot was not designed for drunk drivers, only sober drivers. We do not endorse drinking and driving. Even a Tesla, all actors were paid for. No one drove home unsafe. Please drink responsibly.
Yeah, you do got Tesla. Drives itself.
Alright, I think I'll do the snap this time then.
There we go. 2, the Model Y having 7 seats as an option.
And the crowd goes wild.
They do. Because that is everything I really wanted. I knew it was going to haul. I was praying it would have 7 seats.
It doesn't have a tow hitch. That's what I was hoping for.
Someone will come out with one though.
It
Yeah,
has a
but-
frunk.
But you're spending $60,000 between $40,000 to $60,000 on a car. $40,000 to $80,000 if you count the performance version. So who's gonna want to put a warranty voiding hitch on a car? I'm the biggest Tesla fan. You'll probably fucking
I ain't sure anything about that. Does void your warranty if you do aftermarket, yeah.
Yep. So I mean, that's a disappointment. The only car they sell right now that has a hitch is the X that can tow, and it can tow a 747, but it's also $100,000 like starting or whatever.
That's
I mean,
where-
it's like
that is where-
$80,000 starting, but
That is where the truck will come in handy though.
yeah, but
But that's going to be 6 passengers.
yeah, and it's a truck. So for people who want like a small, inexpensive crossover, like that can tow a boat or something small, like you're not towing a
that's
big
true.
camper. I mean, it would really be. Yeah, it would have been nice. To have
I
towing
think
capacity.
the Model X is where you're going to get. They want you to buy the Model X for towing. And the thing is, the Model
it's
X...
not in the same price category.
It's not. That's the problem. But the Model Y is going to be more for those who want a crossover if you don't want your 7 seats. Or, in my opinion, when you put the 7 in the third row in... Or, my opinion...
We need to hire better help. Or you do it.
I usually do have better help, but this is my second
Second string.
string of help. So they throw crap at me. Anyways, the Model X is where you're gonna want for towing, but it's more higher price. The Model Y, though, is a good crossover / SUV. If you want towing capacity, I guess you got to get the X. It's higher price, but you got to get the X. But the Model Y, if you get 2 seats, it's a crossover. But if you get to 3 seats, in my opinion, it's an SUV. But you can't tow, which is another characteristic of SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Or
Well, I'm not, and some sedans even.
sedans, yeah. So that is unfortunate that it can't tow and do much more than the Model 3. But I guess that's why you just gotta wait for the truck if you want to tow.
Yeah.
I mean, which is supposed to have 6 seats, which I really hope it does.
What's the price range on that? That's gonna be that's gonna be around the X or the S price range.
See, I've heard anywhere from $100,000 to Tesla will not make a truck that's not in the same range as Ford's F-150.
There you go.
So
yeah, well,
Too many tequila shots.
too many
Or
X's and numbers and
or not enough.
Sexier.
Sexy.
Or not enough.
No, it's sexier.
Anyways, so
Well, the F-150 starts at like 30, right?
no, I think it starts because the Toyota Tundra is like 45, 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the F-150. I gotta look this up.
An F-150 hauls more than a Toyota Tundra, I believe. And the Tacoma,
MSRP.
huh?
From 28,155.
Depending on your specs, though, I suppose.
Well, yeah, depending on the specs. So base bottom of the barrel, F-150, MSRP, brand new. They go, holy balls. Sorry. From 84 to, Jesus, 2018 at 15. No, wait, from 4-wheel parts. Yeah, that's probably not the right thing. The XL carries a base price of $28,155. XLT 34. So yeah, I mean that's like lower. So it's 28 to 70. That's MSRP. So I mean that's a truck at less than a Model 3. Tesla cannot compete with that unless they're gonna drop the price of all the vehicles left or find some way to get so much cost cutting out of the battery. But I mean, maybe they can, because they did just buy the battery, the super capacitor company.
That's true. The capacitors will help out with that.
No, it's not the capacitors. It's their dry anode or dry cathode or whatever technology that lets them decrease production cost by like 20% and increase energy density. So that'd be key. That technology. So maybe that will allow them to sell it for cheaper.
Was there anything else that stood out about the... I mean, it was kind of a...
It looked shockingly like the 3. Like
Yeah.
a lot like the 3.
Taller. Yes, it was taller.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's the interior size is bigger. It's going to be a little... But it was... Yeah, you just...
I was happy. Again, I'm back to the third row. I was happy, but I'm shocked. I had no idea how they freaking squeezed that third row in.
They made the backside bigger.
Jump in the trunk.
Yep. There
must be, when you have that third row up, there must be hardly any freaking storage space.
Oh, yeah, they can't hardly be any. Yeah, are you going to be able to... I know in the Model 3, like, you open your trunk and you lift up the bottom and you have that big space underneath. You're probably going to still have that. But how do those rear seats fold down? Can you pull them? Do you have to pull them out? Can you fold them down? How does that work? Like, really, what's really going to make or break that car is a lot of stuff they haven't shown yet.
Yeah,
Can you fold all the seats down? Can you remove the seats?
Which was my biggest disappointment. Like, they talked about everything prior to the Model Y, and then they're like,
oh, here's the Model Y.
like, here's Model Y. Like, well, no. Like, how does this work? How do the seats go down? Or that's what we want to see. You know, we're not at the event, so we don't get to test drive the car and see that stuff. We want to see how that all works. That's why we're watching.
Oh, yeah, so I'll be able to look inside of it and see, all this stuff, and then we're done, and then the screen goes black. It's like, you lied.
It's like, no, I can't see nothing.
But people are going to post videos of how it all works and all that stuff. But
people who are at the event who won tickets and press and everything like that. But it still would have been nice to know now, But
well, we shall see. They're open orders. It'll be interesting to see how many.
It is $2,500. We looked it up. John here tried to put down a down payment, but he discovered it was $2,500. It's not the standard $1,000 that you would do with the Model 3 or previous ones. So the Model 3 was $1,000 down payment or deposit, refundable deposit.
$1,000 refundable deposit.
But we discovered that the Model Y is now an official $2,500
with a full design. So with the Model 3, when you got the chance to reserve it, it was just reserve a Model 3, put down a deposit. You put down your whatever deposit, really your $1,000 deposit, and then it was just at some point they're gonna open up the design studio. And then when they do, you can order it, and they start opening up for the earliest people, and or opening up for people based on when they're reserved and their location and various things. This one, you can design it now, but you have to put down your $2,500 fully refundable deposit. So I think what they're trying to do is they had a lot of people putting down deposits, a lot more than they expected. For
Last year.
For the Model 3.
Or 2 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago. So a ton of people put down deposits. And I think that a lot of those converted to sales, but I think a lot of them didn't too. So I think they're just saying, okay, let's up the ante.
But let's give them the option to customize it. So it's not like an ante where you're just like, I don't know what I'm buying. Here's $1,000.
But you knew what you could get.
You did. But it's now, you get to exactly put in. So Tesla, when they get that information, it goes, we know exactly what this person.
Yep.
So now maybe when it comes to your pre-order, it may not depend on how fast you get it. It may depend on how many people pre-ordered the exact same model you did.
So they'll start out. So if everybody ordered blue with all-wheel drive, that's what
start out with that.
Yeah.
You know, versus like when they did before, it was like just the top of the line ones.
Yep.
We're going to come out with performance models. Come out with those. This time they might, if more people, like if you order only six seats, 2 rows, they might just, that's the first ones we're coming out. That's the most orders they get. I don't know. It is.
Yeah.
You know, that could be what they're trying to think there is like, how do we come out with the most cars off of the most pre-orders?
And what they're doing is they're weeding out. I mean, I fully intend on eventually buying one, but they're weeding out people like me, really, who would be willing to put down 1,000, but aren't really willing to put down 2,500 right now.
Right, you really got to be committed.
Yeah.
To put 2,500, 1,000. Like so I was even when I originally started on the adventure, it was gonna put $1,000 down, but then when it comes down to 2,000, that's
tough.
That's tough. When you know, you might actually just be pushing that order off, which I probably would be pushing that order off to something that I could more well afford, or down the road when I need to actually buy one. All right, so basically, I think we like the Model 3.
Why?
Why?
I mean, I have the Model 3.
Well, it is the Model 3 basically. So, but the only thing we really know about it is that it fits 7 people.
Yeah, and the general look of it. And
general look of it is a little bigger,
which doesn't make a vehicle.
It really isn't anything like, I guess, shocking.
Not really.
Like I was hoping for, but
I was hoping for something interesting.
Like very wow. But I guess how much more can you be? So, but that I guess wraps it up. I am Tristan. This is John, my friend, and this was Tag and Tag. You're it.
Right. So 100 grand.
100 grand.
That's what he said.
Okay, I'll give you tomorrow. How's that sound? 100 grand tomorrow?
All right.
All right, I'll give you 100 grand tomorrow.
All right.
He's not a paid actor.